YouTube, so just bear with me 1 second. Been a bit of a mad dash this morning, guys. I do apologize. I've not been at the charts at all since 7 a.m. So a couple of things that are just standing out as I look at the markets very, very quickly. The DAX at 24,258. So I'm interested in buys above here. So if we get a nice little breakout setup, so I'll just give you an insight on what my breakout setup would look like. Let's bring in the text, breakout along, boom, there we go. That's what we're looking for. So there's my setup on the DAX. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'll be trading should it come to me. So I'm not going to do anything here right now. Gold, I'm just going to leave alone for the time being. Hi, Jason, Dr. R.R. Tunj, you all guys. Cody Stange, how we doing? Unam, let's see what's going on. Charlie, how we doing, guys? So look, I am looking at gold. I'm interested in, but I'll explain why, and I'm going to wait. Looking to enter gold if continue to go down. Dan, I'll just show. Listen, we've got ADP news in what 11 minutes. So where we currently sit. If you just see this hourly structural level. So this morning I mapped out, I'm happy to be a BPC buyer with a buyer candle at 33.45. I'm also happy to sell below 33.45 if we get a close below. 30-minute candle, I'd need to see close below to be a seller. To be a buyer, I'm going to place a buy, but I will wait till after the news. Okay, so the news at 1:15, and I'll be looking to buy above the high of the previous 30-minute candle high. Simon, how we doing? Nick, uh, amazing parties joined. It's been a while since I had an amazing party. You're right, Dan, Richard. Who have we got on YouTube? Let me know who's on YouTube. Um, So as it stands, we've got a clear range to the upside, but we have ADP non-farm coming out in 10 minutes. So I'm not placing anything for 10 minutes here. DAX, I'm interested in on a breakout just above this price point. Now look, yesterday the uh, alert noise was a little bit wild um, for for listeners in TikTok. So I am setting another alert now because I am going to be watching gold. But if it goes off and it's a bit loud, I do apologize. Yesterday, breakout long. Yesterday, someone said it nearly made them need a change of underwear. So I do apologize. But alerts are set on the DAX for if price breaks above 22,426.0. Valuto, D Foster, Pricey, is that Ethan? Kobe's back again. How are you, mate? So I've seen some familiar faces. YouTube, you're quiet. Who's on YouTube today? Uh, so hey Kobe, nice to see you, mate. Um, let's take a look at gold. Like I said, I'm gonna be this buyer, but not just yet. This is what my buy order will look like. Um, now I'll place my order, pending order buy stop above here. Um, after the 1:15 news. Andy Maitkin, good afternoon, sir. How are you? Um, Cal, how are you, mate? Um, so welcome, guys. If you're new to this channel, I do live streams pretty much every day at 1 o'clock on YouTube and TikTok. We focus primarily on gold and NASDAQ at this time, although I do look at the DAX. DAX is something that I trade in the morning, but I will take a look at it if there's a good setup. So this is where we're at right now. We've got ADP news in 8 minutes. There's no orders in yet. This is a hypothetical idea that I'm looking at. Um, it's a BPC um, trade. Gold already looking like a buy. Let's see. But I mean, look, news is coming out in 7 minutes. Oh, I just need to. It's getting a little bit quiet my side, so I just need to put a little bit of something on in the background. Otherwise, uh, let's get a bit. Yeah, yesterday, you saw it, right? NASDAQ. There you go. There's the trade. Job done. Kieran. How are you, mate? Yeah, there you go, mate. There's the trade. Broke the highest and boom, filled the wicks. So thank you, mate. Appreciate it. I do remember you, and apologies if I seemed like I was getting on my high horse yesterday. Um, but okay. Sorry, mate. That was the trade from yesterday. That was the daily chart. We waited for it to break the previous day's high, and then there was a lovely, well, you can see how far it rallied. I didn't capture all of that. 185 points it moved. So this is we all have our systems, guys, and we just have to follow it, regardless of what systems you've been taught, whatever feedback you give me, I ain't gonna change the way that I trade just because of something that's said or as a comment, regardless of whatever your results are. I don't know it. I don't know who you are. I just have systems that I trade and that I've been trading years. So I just stick to them. It's not being me a know-it-all. It's just I will have losers, and you'll see me lose on here. You'll see me win on here as well. Um, how much you made off trading? Enough. What strategy do you use? Yeah, I know you study ICT, Kieran. I could tell yesterday from some of the comments. Um, I'm just a simple price action trader, guys. It's there's no I'm not gonna some of the things ICT teaches, he repackages and puts in a certain way that is just is just simple stuff taught in a different way. But then he has other bits, but I don't follow it. I have no interest. But I have people that have come through into our membership that have learnt his principles, and I kind of get where he's coming from on some of it. But look, at the end of the day, it's not something I do. Do you think trading is the future of making income? Look, making income is trading is not just FX or gold, right? Trading is anything. You're trading is whatever you buy for less and sell for more. In theory, that's all trading is. It doesn't matter whether you're doing it here or you're doing it with property, cars. Trade is you're buying something for less and you sell it for more, hopefully. If you get it wrong, you have to get out. What strategy? Um, you you told me to sell that yesterday, Kieran. You told me to sell it. I was buying it and you told me to sell it. Hey, Sid, Jamaica, how are you? Um, I just have a simple breakout, a simple false breakout, a continuation trade. All right. But it didn't go down. It just went up from where it was. When you joined, it just went up. So it is what it is, mate. I'm not gonna argue and talk about someone else's style that I don't trade. Um, but yeah, it went down in the morning, and when it was a live stream, we had pending orders. And when you joined, you told me get out of that position. It's gonna go down, and it just went up. If you want to go, I can send you the replay if you want, mate. It's no biggie, but it is what it is. Uh, Well, it didn't go down, did it, mate? I mean, look, I'm not going to keep talking about the same thing. It went up. This it went down in the morning, and when you came to the live stream, it was up here, and I was said we've got a pending order, and you said it's going to go down, and it just went up, pal. So that's it. End of story. Exactly. I can't be bothered. It is what it is. Uh, So anyway, we're waiting for the news. If you don't agree with it, Kieran, mate, listen, just find another stream to watch. Go and find ECT, ICT, or whatever his name is. Where was my entry? Above yesterday's high. This was yesterday, by the way, Jesse. That was yesterday. It's not today. Yesterday, we have no pending orders right now. There's no pending orders. We are just sitting tight, waiting for the news. NASDAQ, as I look at it right now, I would only be looking for buys, but there's mm, there's nothing for me. If I was going to do anything, I'd look for sells if price broke underneath here. Uh, da, 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 da. Potential. Okay, so yeah, there is actually potential on Nasdaq. If this candle closes above here, next candle wicks down, we can buy the break of that high. ADAS, yeah, it was. There was a maximum of 185 pips on yesterday's trade. If you took the trade, I don't know if you can see live streams from yesterday, but if you can, you'll see the trade setup, what we called you paper trading funded own capital and other people's. Members are doing a lot of. They have their own capital, usually around anywhere between 500 and let's say $10,000, and then they're doing funded accounts. Most members. It's the quickest way if you are experienced to, right, okay, the news has come out. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it's popped the highs. Um, right, can't get in just yet. I want the news to settle. Yeah, this is gold. I just want the news to settle. Unfortunately, it looks like it's probably going to go without us looking at it. But we'll see. Go on, Corey. Well done, mate. That's what I like to hear. Success stories. Nearing seven figures. That's awesome, buddy. Well done. It's not an easy path. So look, as I said, had the news not been coming out at 115, my buy order would have been there. I didn't have a buy order because I had to let the news come out. So we'll see what happens with the next 15-minute candle, okay, guys? We're going to keep it nice and there's no point rushing, jumping into a trade. The 30-minute candle is going to close in what? In 14 minutes. If it closes like this, we're still going to have room to trade to the upside. We've still got what? 97 pips. Uh, I don't want to. It's going to go without us, unfortunately, guys. Potentially. Aereo, Mins, King City, good man. How's things been going? Sid, been really good, mate. We've had a great start to the week. We took a couple of trades this morning in the members' room. No wins, just break evens, two break even trades. Um, I pushed for an extended target on my first TP, and it came back, got me at break even. So we had two trades, break even. Um, uh, what broker do I use? I use a couple. Look, it's not that I'm gonna. In terms of brokers, if you want something, you can see in my YouTube description who our preferred pro account is with. By all means, check them out. I can, in terms of prop accounts, what I'm going to do, hi Chris, if you click on my standstill there, if you click on my standstill, you'll be able to see Instant FX. They're the ones that I recommend for prop trading. They're instant funded, so there's no challenges. Um, there's no daily drawdown limits. You can use EAs, you can hedge. You don't have to use a stop loss if you don't want. You can trade it around news. You can hold overnight. You can hold over the weekends. They're the closest thing to trading your live account that there is. And like I said, guys, when do I find the stop number on the chart before entering? I'm not sure. When do I find the stop number on the chart before entering a trade? Not sure what you mean there by Jaydan. Um, you want to put your stop loss in, is that? Normo, there's no take profit in here. There's no orders or anything just yet. I'm just waiting for the dust to settle. Okay, I'm just waiting for the dust to settle. Okay, this order can't happen anymore, by the way. It can't happen anymore because the news pushed it higher. So it's not an order. It was something I was looking at. Can you use Trading View? This is Trading View. So this is Trading View. I'm just waiting for 30-minute candle. Um, did you say, so if you click on my stand store, who's that? I don't know your username. If you click on my stand store, you'll see the one of the top links, it'll say Instant FX. They are the best, in my opinion, for prop accounts. Now that you don't, because you have to go through KYC and AML. So it means you're actually depositing into an account and you're depositing into real funds. And then what they'll do is they'll create an incubator account around that where they multiply it. So, and then it's a scaling. The stop number helps to calculate lot size, but I don't know where to find it. Well, the stop is wherever you put it. I trade at fixed lot sizes, so it makes no difference to me. I trade at a fixed lot. Um, what Standstore? It's effectively my website. It's where I have all my free. You got my Telegram free channel, my YouTube live stream, Instant FX. What else in there? If you want to join a course, if you want to join my mentorship, VIP subscription. So it's just that's all it is. So you can see anything that I can you use TradingView with the instance? No, it's MT4. No, Chris, it's MT4. I'm always a bit skeptical as well with trading direct through TradingView because it's just another layer of latency, right? So when you're trading through TradingView, although you've got the broker's data, you're trading in one platform that's sending the signal to another. So there's going to be an element of latency. When you click buy, there will be a delay by the time it gets to your broker account. Um, uh, so TXY Boss 2, if you have no idea what it is, all you do is just click on the link and you will see all the products that we have to offer or free things that we have to offer that you can access through the stand store. That's all it is. It's just a place where I can put all my offers and things. There's nothing other than that. So here you go, guys. Check out the instant FX capital. 9 minutes left. If this candle closes like this in 9 minutes time, we will have a buy order going in, guys. I'm trying to see if I could get a wick down, I'll be buying the high of this candle. Now, no orders have gone in yet, but effectively, you're going to kind of be looking at an entry around 33.54.9 as it stands, with stops around 33.48 and targets around 33.64.2, which is the highs up here. Um, this this is what I'll be looking for. Okay, it's pushing a bit too much now, unfortunately, but never mind. I don't think it's going to give us a chance to get in, guys. If it continues like that, I'm done. No, DAX isn't even setting up either. Okay, let me have a quick look at what's going on out there. Because NASDAQ's just taken a plummet as well. ADP, oh, big miss. Big miss on the ADP numbers. Coming at 37K and prior was 110. Okay, that's why NAS has dropped. Okay, so question, are we going to short NAS or are we going to buy gold? We've got 7 minutes to see how the charts pan out. So if I'm going to be a seller of the NASDAQ, I need this candle to close below. To be a buyer of gold, as long as it closes bullish like this, the next candle, as soon as it wicks down, I'm going to be a buyer. Hey guys, I'm happy, Shoaib, El Capitan, welcome, Baholo. Hey guys. So yeah, we're just waiting now for the candle to close. I can't do anything for 6 minutes. So this is where, look, you're gonna sit on Collins, Artin, Samuel. This is where you're gonna be sitting on the sidelines and going, "Oh, I wish I was in this trade." But no, this is why you have rules, because if you don't have rules, you're gonna act on emotions, and if you act on emotions, you're gonna find yourself in a trade you don't want to be in, because you literally end up just going live in a trade based on that impulsive dopamine kick of fear of missing out, and then next thing you know, it's reversing back on you, and you're like, shit, what do I do now? So, like I said, guys, if you've been in on any of the previous live streams, how are you seeing that on NASDAQ? Let me have a look. NASDAQ 30-minute chart. So, um, if we close below here, I'm a seller if the next candle rallies up. Okay. The question is, am I going to be selling NASDAQ or am I going to be buying gold? Guys online, what would you do? Would you be have you got the pro package or something? No, pro package. Trading View, I just get the free one. Don't need to pay for it. Uh, just shouldn't be behind. Maybe check your connection. So look, this is going to be a big tell, right? If candle closes back above here, we're not doing anything. We're not selling. Uh, Not sure what's going on then, Dan. Okay, we've got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I'm actually going to place the order right now, guys, because I am happy with this. Okay, so this 5 minute candle is pulling back down. Now, however it ends, I don't care. If it comes all the way down and closes below here, I'm not going to get triggered. If it comes, if it reverses, so now it's broken the previous 5 minute low. If it now reverses and takes out the highs, it's going to be an outside candle. And fantastic, we'll be in the trade, and I'd expect the market to go, yeah, it is gold. I want to be a buyer, but I'm just waiting for. We've got comics opening in 3 minutes. Bite bit. Thanks, mate. I will do whatever the candles tell me. So, advice, I appreciate it, but I will not take any. Bit too thick-skinned for advice on what to do with my trades. Been doing it for far too long. Rules are too strong and embedded in my old bones to take any advice. But as you can see, BPC buyer with a buyer candle or sells below 3345.6. If I'm a seller, I need to see a candle close below. If I'm a buyer, I need to see a candle close bullish. Now, obviously, we'll see what happens over the next 3 minutes. NASDAQ looks like it's rejecting that level, and gold, well, if we break and close below, I'm a seller. It doesn't know what it wants to do today. Do I ever trade crypto? I unfortunately have only ever had the worst experiences with crypto. I've never traded it, I've invested in it. And again, I've gone with advice in I've gone with advice with friends that have a lot of crypto, and obviously, like any investment, when you're getting in the seed rounds, a lot can go wrong. But it's also where the big uplift is. You have to go in with your eyes open and be prepared to lose what you invest. And unfortunately, that's exactly what I've done 3 times. Yeah. So how I can learn? Look, the gold's been tough last few weeks. Uh, Look, anything that doesn't move in a trend can be a bit tough because you generally get impatient where you want to take trades. See, like, right, if you first logged in, you'd see that I wanted to be a buyer above the high of the previous candle. Unfortunately, the news was coming out in a couple of minutes, so I couldn't be a buyer. So I just let it do its thing. It spiked up. Anyone that did buy through there might have made a bit of money, might have got break even. If they didn't, they're now sat in a negative position, wondering how the hell to get out of the trade. Anyone that was trying to sell underneath here might have just got clipped in and now they're in a negative position. So anything that ranges, um, you have to just be patient and wait for clarity. And essentially, that's what we're doing, guys. We wait for clarity and then we look to take advantage of the next thing that comes along. Mm, I've got a funny feeling we are not going to get a trade today. Hmm. Uh, that's kind of nil and void now. For I just need to see that 1 second. We'll see what. Gandalf, how is smaller stops in gold than Nasdaq? I would buy gold than sell in Nasdaq. Yeah, look, right now I'm not doing anything. There's nothing that looks appealing. It was starting off appealing when we first joined the live stream, but uh, the look, I tell you, there is something that you could do. I'm not gonna be doing it, but I would look at this as a potential flip on the DAX. Um, Markets, you've had this big breakout move. Markets pushing up. Uh, if we see it test these previous candle lows, look to sell underneath the body of the current candle and look for it to fill the range of the previous candle. But I don't know if it's enough points. No, I'm not bothered about it. 28 points. I need a bit more room for energy. Energy sector might be moving up. Can I work to Arabic language? Um, I don't speak Arabic. Sorry, pal. I'm late to the party. Night duty. No problem, Terry. Or is never too late, right? Never too late. Um, Goku, Bailey, Kelvin, how we doing? Haha, welcome. Rich FX, Percy, Mike O'Connell, how we doing, guys? I know Adrian Tudor, how we doing, mate? Welcome back. Saw you yesterday. Um, I think we're gonna focus, see if we can hit something here on gold. Hmm. Okay, if 33.35. I'm gonna look to buy the break of that high, guys. All right, my order's in now. First take profit is 10 pips. So my order is in. My order is in above the high of this candle. If we take out the high of this candle, I think we'll run on to the highs. So break even, I'm putting in at 7 pips. So activating the break even trigger. Vic Snazzle, no, how we doing, mate? Welcome. Second take profit, I'm gonna put in at 33.59.80. So that's 40 pips away. So first take profit is at 10 pips. Second one at 40 pips. Aris Love, hello, how we doing? You don't play crypto? No, I sure as hell don't play crypto. Shinichi, how we doing? Did I buy? I have a pending order, yes. If you come over to YouTube, on YouTube, I will just flick over the screen so you can see uh, the order on YouTube. Is up by, well, let's hope so. Orders in. We'll see what happens. So we have a pending order to buy above the high of that wick there. So pending order is there, stop is there, extended targets. I mean, look, we can put all the way up to here if you want. I'd definitely scale out at least 80 or 90% of your position by the time you come into by the time it comes into this structure point here. So let me just see how I can mark up. So, all right, I'll show you quickly. So as price comes into this area here, you want to be, if it does, you want to be taking at least 80% of your trade off. There's a good probability that when it comes into here, it's going to reverse. So we have first TPs in here about 10 pips up, second one at 40 pips up, third one here, and then a little bit left to get up there. That's if it does it. You'll probably find I might only get T1, and with a bit of luck, I'll get T2, but always like to reduce risk. Do I come live daily? Yes, I do at the minute. Yeah, been doing not been doing the lives on TikTok for very long, but maybe about 2 weeks now. But yeah, I'm going to be doing them daily. If there's at least 4 times a week anyway. Ah, them fair value gaps. I couldn't give a shit about ICT concepts, guys. I really don't. Yesterday, I had someone screaming down to me about, don't buy there, it's going to drop, it's going to drop. 185 pips later, they've come back on today and said it went down first. It went down before we were even on the screen. So, look, guys, like I said, I'm not going to listen to any opinions. If you want, by all means, say them. But there we go. So, trade is now triggered, and that's break even. There we go. It jumped up seven points, hit break even, and I've just been taken out. Didn't quite hit TP1. If you're on YouTube, guys, you will have seen that. I'm gonna wait for the hourly candle to close now. Tried to nick that, but we finished up. It was a very quick break-even trade. Got slipped actually, lost a few pips just looking at that. 55.89. Lost 2 pips. No, news was at 1:15. Next news is 3 o'clock. Well done, Vic. Vic got 9 pips. Well done. Um, some of the members obviously have slightly different ways of what was your stop loss? 3 pips. No, stop loss is here, as you can see. It was originally down here. I'll always use a candle. Um, I'll always use a candle, low or high for a stop loss. And then depending on what the trigger candle is, I'll move it underneath the low of that one. Okay? So if you ever want to watch the live chart that I'm trading, then you have to come across to YouTube. Um, now I'll always flick back for analysis onto TradingView because I hate MetaTrader for analysis. I'll only ever do analysis on TradingView, never ever on MetaTrader. I just find it clunky and horrible. It literally just serves a purpose to buy and sell. That's it. Now, at 2 o'clock, we potentially have another opportunity to buy this market. Ziki Limor, Paul, wait, I don't understand your trade. Hasn't even gone in profit. Why break even? It went 7 pips in profit. I don't. It went 7 pips in profit. Uh, if, like I said, if you want to go to YouTube, you can see the trade live. Watch it back on YouTube. So I set auto break even, so I don't even need to do anything. I use magic keys. Some of my members use Trade Assistant. Some of them use Dane's Trades. It's just a what platform do I use? I'm on MetaTrader. Yeah, literally, it lasted 10 sec. What did it last? I'd say exactly. So the trigger time was. Sorry, my eyes are bad. Uh, trigger time. Fuck. I need to put my computer glasses back on. 1:36:36 is when it exited, and it entered at 1:36:31. So 5 seconds. Yeah. Remember, 7 pips on gold is 70 cents. So it doesn't need to move a lot. So I will get a lot of when the market's in tight ranges like this, I apply something called the 70% rule. So 70% rule just means as soon as it goes 70% to my first target, it hits the software automatically takes my stop loss to break even. IDK, no, I don't trade crypto. MJ, yeah, I'm out of the trade. Um, Julian, how you actually take a trade? So what's the broker and what's the app? So brokers, I've got several. Global Prime, Fusion, Icon. Icon is where we run funded accounts. Do I trade crypto? No. So now we're just going to wait for the hourly candle. And if it moves too much, I'll leave it. So like I was saying, guys, I'll always have a de-risk principle, and that has to happen quickly. And whether it's on the trigger candle or whether it's getting to break even, and then what we're looking for is that fresh, impulsive move from the market and so that's why I trade the London Open and the US Open. Looking for that fresh, impulsive move, whether it's up or down, I don't care. I'm not bothered about fundamentals. I'm just bothered about what I see on the chart. And on that basis, we will then trade a direction. So guys, if you're new, if you go to my stand store, this is where I offer all my services and free channels and different things. But if you check out the instant funding, it's the only thing that I recommend. The instant funding is fantastic. It's the closest thing you're going to have to trading your own personal account. Um, yeah, because look, there's no daily drawdown limits, so you can lose up to 10% in a day if you want. Um, you don't stay long you don't stay long on a trade. No, average hold time is about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I mean, that one was what, 5 seconds. YouTube shows your trade view chat. No, you missed it, Wills. If you watch the recording, you'll see it. Who's in YouTube? Just tell Wills that the MT4 charts were in there, showing the live trade. So if anyone's on YouTube now, just can you just please confirm that the MT4 chart? In fact, just rewind the live stream back to what was it, 131. Go back 11 minutes, you'll see it. Abby, how we doing? Long, all in long. I'm in no trade at the minute. No trade at the minute. We did have a long order on gold and potentially another one on the break of this high if the next candle wicks down. Do I use ICT? No, I do not. I don't at all. Um, but I know a lot of people do. Um, that's their prerogative. So how much do you have actually make from these moves? I made nothing from that. It was a break-even trade. I made nothing. Well, I lost 2 pips actually. I lost 2 pips. Yesterday we got 140 on the NAS, but look, so, some days you're going to get trades. I would say average trade will make about 20 pips, something like that. Um, but yeah, I scale out at 10 pips. If there's a really strong trend, I'll increase that to 15 pips. Do you like trading gold more than NASDAQ and ES? I trade whatever I see is cleanest. I've done more trades on gold. I would say my success rate is probably higher on the indexes. That's you could say that's maybe because indexes have a tendency to, let's say, trend to the upside. Gold can go through times that, let's say, a little bit more turbulent, flying up and down. And if I ever do have big losses, because the way I manage my stop is based on right, 15-minute candles just closed. Let me see. If this 15-minute candle pushes down, we're going to buy the high of this. So I need it to push down. It's not going to push down, is it? And it's just not. What strategy would you recommend for gold? So good questions, right? So I have four. So strategies I have: breakout, false break, BPC, which just stands out for breakout, pullback, continuation. So look, they're here. You see, false break, flip, and a range short. So there's there's my setups. That's what I trade. So there's no if, buts, and maybes. Every time I place a trade, I'll bring you up my checklist before I do it, and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. I don't do any different in my members zone. I don't do any different with my members on live streams in the morning. It's always the same. Yeah, I only do a in-person course twice a year. We've got one at the end of this month in London, June 28th, 29th. Um, Never have big courses, like to keep them relatively small, so that it's a personal touch. Uh, but yeah, look, at the end of the day, guys, when it comes to trading, you just have to be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, see, look, I could have bought, I mean, how many people told me to sell this thing, right? And I said my preference was to be a buyer, right? But we didn't really get the setup. Here was the only one that I did get. We bought it. I got stopped at break even. That's sod's law. You just trade the same rules every time, right? And over time, you'll make money. But when you keep chopping and changing and you make things too difficult, you know, look, certain things I know. In fact, I'm not even going to go into this in other systems. Just keep it nice and simple, guys. The simpler you have it, the less room there is for error, and the easier it is for you to be successful or consistent. The more you try and make it all complicated and fancy and put shit all over your chart, the more likely you're going to screw up. That's fact. That's fact. Corey, how you doing? GBB, hello. I use the same strategies for everything, guys. Same strategies for everything. NASDAQ, gold, um, and DAX. Same strategy for everything. Don't do anything different. It's always the same. Um, Corey, as I say to anyone, the best thing is just click on my stand store, right? You'll see you can join monthly. There is an offer on at the minute. It's 97 a month from 147. Um, it's that's the cheapest place to start, and I think that's if you wanted to do it, that's probably where I'd start. But at the end of the day, sit here, um, enjoy a couple of lives, see if you like what we do, if you like what I say, how I say it. You might hate it. It's up to you. But look, I'm not trying to talk you out of joining my membership because ultimately, the membership is a great place. It's a community. You jump on YouTube now. There's quite a few members on YouTube. They'll join me. Um, um, Look, Corey, if you can go on YouTube, ask some of the members that are there, because I'm obviously going to say yes, because I'm very biased to the services that I offer. Um, if you can go on YouTube, just go and ask. Just type in on the chat in there, just say, is it worth is it worth jumping in the membership? And some of the guys will give you an answer. And they'll be pretty open and transparent. I've had some of my members with me since 2017, so. Its YouTube channel is just Trade and Train. Let me see if I can get you the link. Uh, just click the link in the stand store. The link is in the stand store. So if you click on stand store and then you just see free YouTube channel, subscribe. What is my setup called? You can see here are my setups. I have 5 different setups. Breakout, false break, BPC, flip, and range trade. I don't have anything else. And look, gold's gone without us. Gold's gone without us. It's always amazing. I always laugh when I place a trade because there's always someone that shouts, don't do it, or sell it. And look, had I not got stopped at break even, yeah, it made a load of money. But I got stopped at break even. Am I disappointed that it's gone without me? No. Would I like to have still been in it and made the money? Of course. Um, but regardless, it is what it is. You can't change the way the markets move. But we can change the way we think by having rules in place. Bottle Matt, why were you waiting for a bearish candle before entering along after the 15-minute close? No, I wasn't waiting for a bearish candle. I was waiting for a pullback. I wanted it to come back down, which it did on this one. And we bought and got stopped at break even. But on my broker, I bought at 33.68. Uh, Fucking hell. Well, look, if it gets to 33.64, I'd probably take a loss and get out if you can. Um, and then just the one thing with trading, right? Who said that? Radomir, right? So can't be disappointed. Yeah, exactly. You can't be disappointed, right? So Radomir, great. There's something I've been saying the last few days, and some people like the analogy. Um, I'd rather be a pilot on the floor wishing I was in the air than a pilot in the air wishing I was on the floor. So right now, you are that pilot in the air wishing I was on the floor. So you said you've bought at 33.68 and the market has gone against you. Now, one thing you should be clear on anytime you enter a trade is how you're going to manage it, how you're going to exit it. You know, those things are paramount to you living a stress-free life in trading. So for me, when trading started, Gandalf had my break-even stop loss set at 10 pips, so stayed in the trade. TP2 done. Awesome, well done, Gandalf. Gandalf's one of my members. He's just passed his 5%ers. So he's doing a different prop account. So well done, Gandalf. He's just on YouTube at the minute. I'm just a beginner. I need your help. Yeah, well then, look, if you need help, then join these live streams on a daily basis, or if you want to join join my membership, then just click on the stand store and go to VIP member. Um, any of these will help. Just even if it's just attending these on a daily basis at 1 o'clock, you're not going to see me taking loads and loads of trades. You've seen me take one trade today, right? Um, what am I waiting? What am I waiting for now? So gold's done for me, right? I might as well, unless it breaks above here or we get a rejection at 33.64, I could look for a range trades sell on gold. If we get a rejection here, sell a candle. I don't fancy a breakout here. DAX. Okay, DAX. Hmm. Okay, so DAX, I'm going to look for buys on the DAX. I think we can. So if we look, the market tested those highs. We've had a 4 hour rejection. It's come down. We're testing area of support. Looking at the hourly, we've rejected that area. So 30-minute, uh, if this buyer candle forms by 2 o'clock, the next candle pushes down. Ideally, because we're not gonna have enough room. 20 pips. Yep, no room. So it's still going to be the same setup as when we came into the session, which is I want to see a breakout above 24,260. I'm not going to do anything unless we get above there on the DAX. I've got an alert set here. So that's what I'm going to look for. What's the main thing you look for before making a trade? So there's three things I'd look for. One is clear structure. Okay, so where do I see most recent resistance? Where do I see most recent support? Then I want to see, do we have a trend or are we ranging? So they're the two main things. Then the third and final thing will be a clear setup. So what defines my breakout setup, or what defines my false break setup, or what defines my range setup, or what defines my BPC setup, what defines my flip setup. So this would be a flip setup here. How come I can't find DAX on MetaTrader 5? Try typing in GER40 or GER30. It depends on the broker and where they get their liquidity feed from. How long you been trading, if I may ask, and how long you been profitable? Okay, so started November 2009 trading FX. Probably started getting consistent within a year. And then August 2011, I started working with a family office. Traded through Citibank at City Velocity for a number of years until they went through a divorce. And then when Mr. Trump came in power for the first time, I had to change my systems because I used to swing trade and trade based off commitment of traders, which I spoke about briefly yesterday. Um, so very looking at sort of daily, weekly, monthly charts, using futures contracts information to decide whether I want to be long or short a market based on how commercials were positioned in the marketplace. Looking at how many contracts they got in relation to the past 6, 12, and 18 months. Looking for extremes and then obviously deciding my position based on that. Then when Mr. Trump came into power for the first time, every tweet, every bit of noise, you name it, was just reversing positions, getting stopped out at break even or a loss, and then it would go on and do what I wanted it to do. So I just found it very frustrating. And then I started day trading. I had to kind of unlearn and relearn again, you could say. And that's where I find myself now. So, yeah, it's been an interesting, what, 13 years, 14 years. But yeah, I'm not going to do anything now unless we get above here on the DAX, which is 24,260. Gold is off the charts for me right now unless we tap into 33.64. What are your thoughts on strategies like smart money concepts and ICT? Well, aren't they the same? I mean, I don't really know a lot about them. And I obviously you see stuff online and look, uh, there'll be people talking telephone numbers, there'll be people calling him a fraud and all sorts like this. Um, No, just the best way is just get them to do things live on, get them to live stream and see people do it on a daily basis, and then you can make up your own mind. You don't need to see how much money they're making or losing. You just need to see if their system works. So if they live stream in front of you and tell you when to buy and when to sell, and if it plays out, then fantastic. Whether they make 100 grand or 10 grand or £1,000 doesn't matter. That shouldn't be what you care about, because people can create so much crap on live streams and whatever that you don't know what's real and what's not real. So don't believe what your eyes tell you. Believe what you see. I meaning you could see someone placing a trade. For example, let's say I went long and short and you didn't know that on gold, and I trade 100 lots and 100 lots long, 100 lots short. One of those is going to win, right? And I could close both trades out, and I could only show you the account that has made money, and that's all you'd ever know. So just if you're going to do anything, always look at the person. If that person is sat here in front of you and happy to take trades long and short and lose in front of you based on rules and not making up excuses, look, I'll never make up an excuse why I trade losers. I just trade it. If it loses, it loses. It's law of averages. It's probability, right? If any of you like poker, you can have a really, really good hand that's got like an 80% probability of winning. And guess what? You still lose. It's called probability. How do you know when to make a trade? I know when to make a trade based on rules, guys. That's all it is. So look, for example, they're my setups. Let's get rid of that. Let's just say, let's zoom in on this bit here, right? In fact, let me just go to that NASDAQ. You know what, guys? I've just missed a trade. Right, we're gonna buy above the high of this 15-minute candle on the NASDAQ. Open. Hold on, guys. If this candle wicks down, which it's doing, so I'm just having to get my thingies ready. Okay, orders in. There we go. Oh, right. Orders it in on NASDAQ, which is this to here. Okay. Auto break even's gone in at 15 pips. Just putting that in now. I'm sharing it on YouTube right now as we speak. So auto break even has gone in. Partial TP, 20 pips is in, and the trade's just triggered. Okay, so the trade's just triggered. As soon as I see like 4 pips in profit, I'm going to move my stop underneath here, underneath this low. Okay, so if you want to see the trade live, guys, it's on YouTube. Okay, so we're about 3 pips back at entry price, including spread. So we're going to reduce risk massively once we get a little bit of blue inside. Now I'll bring the rules onto here for you in a second. I'm just watching. Wait, are you still trading gold? No, this is NASDAQ. Now, trade management is going to be, if it breaks its own low, I'm going to close half. So the trade is live on YouTube, guys. Okay, so if this candle breaks its own low, I'm just going to hit close half. No, it's NASDAQ. We're NASDAQ, guys. I can't answer questions at the minute because I'm just watching MT4. So if this 15-minute candle breaks its own low, I'm gonna close half of the position. Do I use prop firms or personal? Personal. Okay, so I've just closed half, guys. I've closed half. So I just closed half at -8 pips. Now, if this candle closes bearish as well, then I'm going to close it all and I'll give the trade a second opportunity in a little while. So 8 pips, I've closed half off. So this is all about keeping risk to a bare minimum. One thing people can't do or traders can't do when they first start is they'd like to let trades run and run and run, whether it means their losses get bigger and bigger and bigger. If a candle breaks its own low after creating a high, close half of it. If it carries on going higher afterwards, you're still going to make money, so don't worry about it. But if it keeps going lower, you just saved yourself a lot of heartache. So if you want to see this trade, guys, just go to YouTube. It's running live there. You'll have seen me close half off. Bit late. Hey, Rupinder, how are you, darling? So we're long on the NASDAQ, and I did just close half off at -8 pips. Um, yeah, so it's been a quiet session. We've had one trade on gold, which was break even. Here we just closed half at -8 pips. Like I said, guys, you will see me trade live in front of you. Win, lose, or draw. No excuses, just stick to rules. No emotions. And if trading's exciting, you're doing something wrong. The only thing that you should find exciting from trading is what you can pay yourself at the end of the month. And whether that pays, and at the beginning, that might be just like your Wi-Fi bill, or it might be your satellite TV, or it might be nursery for your kids, whatever it is, or your gym membership. And then after the gym membership and the nursery, then you pay for, I don't know, some education of some sort. And then after that, you say, hold on a second, I've just paid my mortgage through it. So now you're not touching your income. And then you say, hold on a second, I'm now paying into my pension. Brilliant. I'm doubling up on my pension. Whatever it is, guys, these are things that you want to set realistic goals for. Stop loss and TP. So stop no Discord, only Telegram. Just jump on. So stop loss. You could say it's underneath here. Mine's a bit higher. I've just closed half off as this candle broke its own low. Um, there's 10 minutes left of this candle. If this candle closes like this, I'm going to close another half off. Um, what I will do on the hourly, on the half hour is if we stay the same, I'm going to put another buy order for what I've closed off above the highs. That would be me giving it a second opportunity. So we'll just see what happens. Baron FX, what strategy do you use? No, I don't use smart money concepts and I do not use ICT. I swear I've never been asked so many times what if I use SMC or ICT. It's literally, you must have the biggest following. US 30 gives more opportunities, I believe, although the downside is a volatility. Um, I don't know. I don't trade it. I trade the NASDAQ, always have done. And then I trade the DAX in the morning because it's similar price points. The volatility and the way that it moves is very, very similar. So I don't need to change systems, TPs, and things like that. So that's why I trade the DAX. So it gives me an index to trade during the London Open. I don't want to trade the Nasdaq through European session. 3 new messages. You like trading inside fair value gaps? Oh my God, it's like a fucking what do you call them? Cult. Where do all these ICT and bloody what's it's come from? Surely there should be surely they should be going finding ICT and SMC traders to follow. What what rule was this strategy here? I'll just bring it up for you, Matt. Text. BPC. So we're just looking for the bullish candle here from support, wick down, say bullish candle. Next one's broken the high, wick down. We broke the high of that. That's how I've traded it off the range. So you what do you predict the trend will be today? Um, based on based on the daily, I would expect to see more upside, but look, who knows? Who knows? I would expect to see more upside. The only look, and this is why I say news, you can have bad news, good news, whatever, and the market does the opposite thing. Let's say the news today was pretty shite for ADP. Massive miss. Now, on a miss, that's obviously not very good for the markets. So you'd expect the markets to tank. Now, on bad data, who knows? That might mean it gives the Fed more reason to step in and cut rates, which would then give the markets a big push, give the indexes a big push. So this is where sometimes you can look at it, and this way I'm not going to try and understand the fundamentals. I used to look into the fundamentals a lot, but I just don't believe they have uh, the same impact that they used to, whether that's down to quant trading, algorithms, all sorts. I have no idea. But in my opinion, fundamentals paramount if you're a longer term trader. For day trading, doesn't really matter. That's the way I look at it. Loving the session, instant nut. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Look, we may finish off today with one losing trade, and if that's the case, that's the case. This morning I had had two trades this morning, both finished break even. I had a trade earlier today in this session on gold. That was a break even trade as well. This trade we've currently closed half off for minus 8 pips. So today we're three trades, three break evens, and our fourth trade, which I'm pretty much guesstimating will be my final trade of the day. We are sitting at minus 8 pips at the minute. I'm just having a look at anything else. After the recent questions, have you thought about moving to Dubai and selling an ICT course? I tell you what, it's you're definitely thinking about a move abroad. But look, it's move abroad is one thing, but ICT courses, I mean, it definitely looks like that's where the marketing's been. Jesus Christ. ICT and fair value gaps. Never heard so much of it since I started streaming. You a prop trader? Not really. Personal trader. Um, I just can't, I just can't believe how much ICT and FVG and whatever it is. The guy has done some serious marketing. Don't know how he's done it, but fair play to him. Um, how do interest rates affect FX? Okay, so good question. So listen, when you look at interest rates and FX, interest rates in theory is investors will look at higher interest rates to a certain extent as a place to get return on capital cash at the bank. Now, you can also look at very high interest rates, and it doesn't necessarily mean security and keep cash in the bank because you'll find in emerging markets and third world countries they have high interest rates, and that's probably the last place on the planet you want to have your cash in the bank. So, interest rates, in theory, as they appreciate, people will want to keep more cash in the bank because they get paid a higher return of interest on their capital. Um, Trading is 90% psychology, 10% theory. Uh, no, I've never worked at an institution. I I have um, been trained by traders from institutions. I've had Andrew Brody, who used to work at Bank of Nomura Bank, Bank of Japan, and I had Julian McCree, who was at Fidelity. So I worked quite closely with those two guys for a number of years. They were very mechanical based on different things. Julian was very much commitment of traders and swing trading and seasonality. And then you've got people like Andrew Brody, who is just very much a raw technical, um, mechanical trader. That was it, mechanical. There was no emotions. He just had three systems. And if I'm not mistaken, because I'm going back to 2011 now, I think he just traded five markets. I can't remember what they were. They were just FX. Um, but yeah, that was it. Um, So I've just missed some messages there. How much percent do you aim to make in a trade? I don't aim to make a particular percentage in a trade. I just have the rules, and whatever they come out with is what it comes out with. I just trade my rules. James, interesting. Were the S&T guys? Uh, was it pre-GFC? So 2011. So Andrew actually went on to work for. He did the whole Bloomberg scandals. So he was one of the investigators. So he went from trading floor to being an investigator on the Bloomberg scandals. Uh, Julian, he emigrated to New Zealand about 2000. And are you trading ICT? No, but judging by the amount of people that are asking me, I wish I did, because I think I would have a lot more followers and interaction. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how many. Uh, oh, really? Yeah. No. So look, Nasdaq's back at our entry price. Um, so we can bring. Sorry, I'm not even on the Nasdaq chart on here. Yeah. So I then switched to day trading after Trump's last um, stint as president, just because the volatility swings kept taking me out of positions, and I just got very frustrated. So I then just switched to day trading. It's literally, uh, yeah, whether he's bollocks or not. I mean, look, nothing's going to change the way I trade now. My rules are in place, and I just do very mechanical. But Jesus Christ, has this guy done some marketing or what? I cannot believe Trump says trillion by trillion. I just can't believe how many people uh, are in it. It's amazing. He's a genius in marketing, however he's done it. What concept do I trade? Just price action. Just price action, nothing else. There's no th- there's no I don't know. There's no fancy names or no fluff, no sizzle. Just just boring old price action. I tell you, judging by the amount of people that have just asked me, I reckon I've had 50. The other day you mentioned instant FX capital funding. Yeah, it is very good. It's very simple, instant nut. Um, it's very simple. I know they pay out because quite a few of my members have had payouts, um, which is the main thing. Because a few of my members asked me to do a few challenges. So I did 5 percenters and got um, a passed, but then they blocked me for EA. The prop vault were due to pay out, but then they didn't pay out because I was using magic keys, and you're not allowed to use magic keys. So in the end, I was like, look, guys, I've given you three different prop accounts. That I did another one, SLF, and again, very, very similar thing. SLF was different. I thought the customer service was brilliant. The only issue was every trade was just getting slipped about 5 to 8 pips. And when you're going for a 10 pip first target, it doesn't make sense. You can't be profitable. So they refunded all my accounts, and we parted ways, and they said they were going to set up their own brokerage and do their own thing. So I said, look, when you do that, let me know, because I'd very happily uh, work with them again, because on a basis that their customer service and the way they dealt with problems was fantastic. Unfortunately, the trading environment was pretty shite at the time, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend it now. Um, uh, Kada Geordie, yeah, that's so. If you just um, you have a look on Standstill, you'll see who I recommend for instant funding. It's probably the closest thing you're gonna have. In fact, one of the guys on I've just seen now in YouTube, Rupinder. So Rupinder, who's on, um, she got paid out about 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago, Rupinder? I don't know if you're still in. Right. So NASDAQ slightly in profit, not much. Um, so yeah, you can just check it out on there. The other day you mentioned, yeah, okay. So only 2 pips in profit, but what we're going to look to do here, guys. So if you want to see the trade live, just come over to YouTube, guys, on YouTube. So it's Trade and Train is the handle on YouTube. It's at entry price. I'm going to bring my stop up underneath the low of the, hold on, what time we've got the open in, yeah, this looks good. 30-minute looks great, actually. So I'm just going to bring my stop up underneath the low of the 30-minute candle. So reduce risk even further. Uh, so 15 plus 8, 23. So if we get stopped out, we'll end up losing 11.5 pips. Uh, how to calculate pips? Give me an example. On which market? Uh, Bias. My bias for NASDAQ is to the upside. It took out the lows. Now it's taken out these lows here, so you can call it stop hunting, you can call it false break, whatever you want. We don't know that at the time, but if it had closed below, I'd have been a seller on this market. It didn't. Okay, break even's just hit. We just jumped 15, 16 pips there. So break even's hit. We're about to hit TP1. So what I can do now, guys, if I wanted, I could close half out in theory, and make it a break-even day. When you do something like that, though, what you start doing is you start interfering with the system. So this is what I'd say most people would want to do. When you've taken a loss, you want to react based on the losses that you've incurred, as opposed to the system that you know. So as soon as it went 15 pips, my software automatically took it to break even. Now we're 16. If you go to YouTube, you'll see it's 16 pips up. My first TP is 20 pips. Okay. So it's currently running at 15. Yeah, you could say, oh, well, bank it now and you're going to make money for the day. I do that, then I'm changing my rules. I then start creating habits um, that you don't want to do. Okay. Because when you repeat something, it makes it permanent. So if you constantly move your stop loss further away from your entry, not only are you doing something you shouldn't do, you're then creating a habit that means you'll do it again and again and again and again and again. And that's the quickest. Where can I find you on YouTube? Iceman, just if you click on my standstill link here, click on that link that I've just posted, and then click on YouTube. Okay, so if you go there and then click on YouTube. So the stop loss now is about 2 pips in front of my entry price. And I always do that just in case. Are you still holding? Yeah, yeah, I'm holding. Um, we're at break even, just in front of break even. We're at 16 pips. So it only needs to move 4 pips and I hit T1. Mark, can you share the video stream of your YouTube too so it's not just the trade screen? I This is what I'm saying. I don't know how to do it on TikTok. I've got my shit. Let me see. I tried to do it yesterday. Let me move that one up. That one up. See if I can create some space. Uh, tools, scenes. Add source. Blank. I don't know why, but every time I try and what we're already in this. We're already in. We're at break even. We went long above the high of this candle. Ah, there you go. We've just hit target T1 20 pips. If you will have seen it on YouTube. Daniel Shilson, Dan. Hey Dan, welcome to YouTube, mate. So I'm still trying to find a way of getting this damn screen on TikTok, but I don't know how. Every time I try and upload a new source. So we've just hit T1 there at 20 pips. So we've closed half off at 20 pips. So we're now uh, nicely in the positive for today. Okay, hold on. Window capture, display capture, uh, add. Let me try display. There you go. Can you see it? It worked today. So now you can see we're 12 pips up, but you can see in this box here. Let me just mark it up. In this box here, this tells you the partial TP hit was at 21,698, and you can see that break even was hit here. I know it's very small, guys. I can't help it. We're about to get stopped out. Slightly in profit on the final position. And it's holding in just, there we go, we're out. Okay, there we go, done. Okay, so that's it. We're done there, guys. TP1 and break even. Nothing for me on gold. Nothing on DAX. Okay, so I'd say, guys, that's it. Me done for today. Very simple, guys. Nothing fancy. Finished up. What was it? We had -8 plus 20. So finish up about 2 pips on the day, and 3 break-even trades. So a bit of a flat day, but never mind. Stuck to our rules. Stayed very, very disciplined. That's the main thing. Guys, have you got any questions before I head off today? What do you think about LWEX? Katrina, no idea what LWEX is. So I can't give you an opinion. Can I still hold NASDAQ? Yeah, of course you can, but I wouldn't. It, like I'm done now. The only thing I could do with the NASDAQ is trade short below here and trade long above here. So I would, if I was looking for 2 trades now, it'd be buys above 21,717. Now remember, this is the prices from TradingView, which are Pepperstone prices, and I'd look for sells below 21,635, 21,635. Don't want to do anything else. They'd be my Now you've got news at 3 o'clock. Instant nut pleasure. Um, can I explain breaker blocks? No, don't don't know what they are. Don't use them. Don't care. Remember, knowledge, a little bit of knowledge can be dangerous, which is why I won't comment too much on ICT and smart money concepts. I know little bits of it, just from bits that I either see or try and avoid seeing, um, or the amount of times it gets brought up in here. I mean, yeah, do this daily for now, on TikTok and YouTube. But still see your MT screen. Ah, shit. Yeah, sorry, I need to change it on YouTube. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Peter Cole. Um, yeah, so what's up from Australia? Paolo Suki, how are we doing? Anyone still holding? What time do you kick off? 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. It's generally set for Monday through to Friday. Uh, if I can't do it, obviously I might just put, I don't know how I can let you know on TikTok, but I'll pretty much do it every day at 1 o'clock. Thanks for your feedback, guys. It's always nice to have plenty of people asking questions. I don't know if you can share charts on, yeah, 1 p.m. BST, British Summer Time. So always 1 p.m. UK time. Uh, NASDAQ is, yeah, it's still pushing up. You've got 1 minute for the open. Um, what do you think about? I've seen on TikTok that weekly investing in S&P 500 is smart. Look, I mean, y- you just whether it's weekly or monthly investing in anything, especially things like S&P, yeah, you could say it's smart because in theory, the S&P is made up of the top 500 US companies, and companies are meant to just go up in value because their objective is to make profit. So instead of you having to do your research and go around the indexes, the sectors to find out what's undervalued, overvalued, to then do your buying of companies, then unless you've got the time and the knowledge on how to do that, then buying into an index is safer. And by doing it on a monthly basis, as opposed to just buying it when you think is right technically, yes, you'll be buying at peaks, but you'll also be buying when the market's in recession. So your average pricing. So you'll be buying at peak times, you'll be buying at low times, you'll be buying at average times. So it's just a very simple, smart way of doing it. Um, if you're waiting for the bottom never comes, and if you try and sell at the top, you're usually going to be too late. You think the top's coming, and then guess what? The market reverses. Were you at the FM? Is that the London financial magnets? Is that what that is? Jay, is that what you're talking about? Finance magnets? No, I wasn't. I've not spoken there for years. I think the last time I spoke at Finance Magnets was like 2016 or something, 2015, maybe even before 2015. Um, I've been asked to speak at Wealth 365, but I generally haven't spoken at many events in a long time. In your opinion, which year was your hardest year to become profitable? I'm going to say the first year. The, because you get inundated with knowledge, um, and it's harder to control your psychology and your emotions in the first year. As you're gonna face different hurdles the further you go along. Mate, I wish I was in take that. I probably wouldn't have started trading. I'd have just been sitting off my royalties every day. Unfortunately, I'm tone deaf, so yeah, I can't sing. I wish I was in take that. I'd have definitely had some wild parties with Robbie as well, that's for sure. Um, but later down the line, you're gonna incur different hurdles in how you deal with things. So, for example, right, I'm sat here, I'm talking to you guys, and you're talking about smart money concepts and ICT, right? If you're not if you're not sat and stuck in the ways that you've developed on how to trade, your mind, if you're having a drawdown or you're having a little bit of a rocky patch, your mind is going to take you to potentially another place, which the path of least resistance is, right, okay, let's change strategy because this one's not working right now. So you go and explore something else. And that's where I see a lot of people screw up. Yeah, so just be wary when you are having a bad patch. Don't just change systems, change strategies. Just look if what you're doing has been the same. Look, every sportsman, every sports team, they go through periods where they have a bad patch. They don't just go and kick out their entire team. Um, it just happens. Yeah, you have to just follow the process. If that process has proven that it pays you, then there's going to be a period where it won't pay you. Just knuckle down and make sure you do the simple things really, really well. Okay? Right, guys, on that note, I have to go. All right, I've got a meeting in 25 minutes, and it's only a meeting with the barber, but I've got to get rid of the wig. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube and TikTok. I'll see you all tomorrow. And look, if this candle closes above here, I'm not going to be trading anymore today. I'm done. But look, if it closes above, there you go. There's the uh, breakout long is what you want to be looking for. So fuck. Why? Sorry, I don't mean to drop the F bomb again, but it was frustrating when breakout long. There you go. So look, watch out for that. So you've got potential here for a breakout long, and you also have the potential for a false break. So I don't know why it wants to keep doing that. Give over. False break short. There we go. So look, I'm just going to leave that on the screen for a couple of seconds so you can take the info down. Um, so if it's a false break, you need to see this candle close above, then the following candle close below, the next candle after that to wick up and sell the low. If it's a breakout long, this candle to close above, the next candle to move lower, then buy the break of the high. There you go. That's that's it. It will be a buy or sell dependent on what happens. Okay? What's on gold? Gold. Nothing. Wait for buyers above 33.64. Wait for sells below 33.46. Okay, guys, catch you tomorrow. Bye 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 bye. And don't forget, if you enjoyed the stream, make sure you share it, like it, do whatever, please, guys. Appreciate the feedback. Thank you.